In today's Roblox Grow A Garden video, we are going to be attempting to get every single mutation on the cacao seed, which is one seed that I still have not done. And there's also still a few seeds in the seed shop that I have not done. So make sure to let me know down in the comments below which seed you want to see me do next. But anyways, we're going to be trying to get every single mutation on this thing today. And we're going to be starting off things a little bit differently. And actually what we're going to do first is we're going to wait on doing the mooncats, because a lot of you guys have been saying, oh, don't do the mooncats yet, Bandites. You got to do them later when the plants actually grow until the fruit gets bigger. So I guess I'll wait then. So we're going to start off though with the sprinklers this time instead of the mooncats. So we're going to go ahead and put down our Grandmaster Sprinkler, Master, Godly, Advanced, Basic, and then we're going to plant our cacao seed right in that mix there. All right, and then we will go ahead and spawn in some of our triceratopses here. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in 3 of these guys so they can help us grow this thing a little bit faster. Actually, the cacao seems to grow pretty quick. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do then is, since we don't need all 3 of these guys, I'm going to keep one of these age 9 ones out, and then we're going to go ahead and pick up these other 2. All right, there we go. Our cacao tree is looking nice, and then we're going to go ahead and spawn in our mooncats now. That way they can try to affect the fruit. Now, I know a lot of people have been saying to use the pancake stacks, and that I'm triggering you by not using the pancake stack, but you know what, dude? I don't have any pancake stacks yet, okay? The cooking update's very grindy. I need more time to get some pancakes. I'm sorry. All right, but anyways, we have all of our mooncats here. They should give us some good growth for our fruits before the triceratops smacks into our cacao tree. So we're going to let the cacao tree just soak on these sprinklers, and we're going to trowel it into a pile of mooncats. This is a good stack right here. Look at all these mooncats right here. All right, this should give us a pretty big cacao. Look how many are right here. Let's let this last one finish sleeping, and then let's move this back into the stack of sprinklers, and let's wait for our triceratops here to nail our cacao tree, and hopefully we get a big one to grow. And it looks like we might already have some big ones. There's something starting up here, which I think means this is going to be a big one, because usually they don't start that high up off the tree like that. So I think this is good news for us. Okay, we got some big ones. There's still one up here floating, so I think we might get a bigger one. I guess for now we'll move some of these so we can try to get even bigger cacaos. I'm gonna favorite this one since it seems to be the biggest. And oh, we got a nighttime event, dude. This is perfect timing and all, but I still got to get this thing rainbow. I'm not ready for nighttime yet. All right, our cacaos have grown in. I really can't tell which one is the biggest one out of all of these. All right, so I think I'm gonna favorite this one. We'll pick up, well, I don't actually know. Hold on. All right, I think these are definitely the 2 biggest ones here. So I think this will be our winning cacao today, the one that we already had favorited. So we'll pick this one up, and now we have our winning cacao. I think this is a good size. I don't really know the biggest cacao size, but I think this will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all of these pets we have, and let's go ahead and get some mutations on this thing. So it already came with Moonlit for free since we have this event going on. So I'm gonna throw a Windstruck on there, Pollinated, Chocolate, and Shocked. And there we go. We have 5 mutations on it, which will now be converted to rainbow once we spawn in this butterfly here. And to get that butterfly's cooldown to be a little bit faster, we're going to spawn in a queen bee, and the queen bee will cool down the butterfly, and the butterfly will convert this to rainbow. Now, a lot of people have been saying, oh, Bandites used the mimic octopus instead of the queen bee. The cooldown's even faster. It's actually not. The mimic octopus is about 19 minutes, while this is only about 17 and a half. So you save a minute and a half. Big brain math, okay? All right, so we're gonna let them do their work, get this thing to rainbow, and then in the meantime over here on my main account, I'm going to spawn in a queen bee over here as well, but paired with my Kitsune. So whenever these cooldowns reset, the Kitsune will come over here, steal my cacao, and apply chakra to it. All right, so our queen bee's cooldown is about done here. She's about to cool down our butterfly so we can get the butterfly to take all of these and convert it to rainbow. Now, I know people are going to be calling me stupid because I forgot I could just keep one of those cacaos that got moonlit and then Spinosaurus it over to this big cacao later, but we're just going to use Tanukis anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, there we go. The cacao is now rainbow, so we're good to go. We no longer need this butterfly or queen bee for now. So I'm going to go ahead and favorite it now so I don't accidentally pick it up. We're going to get our sprays out. We're going to put Pollinated back onto it. We're going to put Fried. We're going to put Shocked, Chocolate, Honey Glazed, Verdant, Burnt, and Wet. And then we're going to go over here on our main account, and we're going to apply Cloud Touch to it. And now we are up to 10 mutations on our cacao. We'll have 11 in just a second. Once our Kitsune comes over here, steals it, and applies chakra to it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get our pets started then, so they can start applying their mutations. We're going to start actually today by spawning in these lobsters here. But these guys literally take up to 30 minutes to try and apply Meteoric, and 15 minutes to try and apply Molten. And we're also going to spawn in our Tranquil Scarlet and our Corrupted Scarlet to try and get Tranquil and Corrupt on our CACAO, since those guys take forever as well to apply those mutations. All right, and then next up, we're going to go ahead and spawn in 2 Disco Bees to attempt to get the Disco mutation applied. We will spawn in 2 Chicken Zombies to try and get Zombified applied, and that takes up all 8 of our slots here. So we're going to let these guys do their thing, and then we'll go ahead and throw some more pets into the mix. But for now, this should be good. All right, my Kitsune from my main account just stole my big CACAO here, so that should have applied Chakra to it. Let's see. Oh, they're all up here now. All right, yep, there we go. We have Chakra applied to our CACAO, so that is another mutation done. I'm going to delete these little ones growing in still. That is done and out of the way. Now we're just going to be waiting for these other pets to finish their cooldowns here. We have some bad news. Maybe I should have spawned in my Kappas first, but there is a frost event, which means this is now frozen. We didn't get bloodlet from the Kappas, but usually the Kappas take forever anyways, and we hardly ever get bloodlet from them, so I guess that's fine. We'll still get moonlit and a ton of other mutations done shortly. I'm not too worried about it. This usually happens anyways because of how many times the frost event spawns in. The Kappas are nearly useless at this point. All right, their cooldowns are about done. Come on. Meteoric failed. All right, we got Molten. So what we're going to do is just keep this one here, and we'll eventually use a Spinosaurus to move that over to our big one. And I guess we'll just do that with all of our other pets as well if we get mutations on other CACAOs that grow in. So that's fine. We'll just keep them here. I hate that these boosts only last 5 minutes, because look at this. I have to waste another toy because I was only a few seconds off, 4 seconds off. They didn't make it so the toy doesn't have a timer on it. It just gives you one boost, and once the pet uses the ability, the boost is gone, because I'm sick of this happening. Jandel, you've already taken so much from us. Actually, you haven't done anything. But anyways, you've taken this from me. Tranquil and Corrupt both failed. These pets just hate me today. It's confirmed. Bruh. All right, our Disco Bees are about to attempt to apply their mutation. Somehow this one bugged, by the way, so this cooldown is now longer than the actual Disco Bees ability. But anyways, first Disco Bees going. Failed. Okay, well, hopefully this next one gives us Disco. We usually don't have this many fails with the Disco Bees, dude. I don't know what's going on. Why do they hate us today? Why do all of our pets hate us today? It's crazy. All right, Biscuit, what are we doing? We're gonna do Disco, please. Failed. Bro, what is going on with the Disco Bees today? I don't understand. This is stressful. This is actually pretty stressful. Anyways, this CACAO we originally got Molten on now has Disco on it from our Disco Bees, so we are officially free of waiting for the Disco Bees, dude. We actually got Disco on something. We're gonna use a Spinosaurus in a little bit to move this over to our big CACAO. All right, so we finally have another mutation done and out of the way. It's taken forever, dude, but we're gonna go ahead now and spawn in a Raiju, because this is a guaranteed mutation we can get done and out of the way. So we're gonna go ahead and spawn this guy in with a carrot seed here, and then we're going to apply the shock spray onto this carrot, and the Raiju will eat this carrot in just a little bit and then convert the shock into static and apply that to our CACAO. I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in a pterodactyl here, and this pterodactyl should apply tempestuous to either our CACAO or to one of our carrots. I'm gonna go ahead and place a couple more down so he has more chance. All right, so our Raiju's cooldown is about done here. He's about to eat this shocked carrot, turn that to static, apply to our CACAO. I'm actually going to move these carrots out of the way because the pterodactyl has a little bit of a longer cooldown, and that way we can focus on this guy just trying to get that static applied to our CACAO. Also, our meteoric has failed, which is going to probably happen all day today. Here we go. Carrot's getting 8. Static's getting applied. Boom. There we go. Static is done. We go ahead and pick up our Raiju here. He is done with his work. We're going to go ahead and spawn in some more carrots again, just so our pterodactyl has more opportunity to give us tempestuous. So now our pterodactyl's about to do his thing. Hopefully we get tempestuous on something here. We should get it on at least one plant, I would think. Okay, we got Twisted and Windstruck on one of our carrots, which is this one. There's tempestuous, done and out of the way, and perfect timing because we just got a windy event. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up these regular carrots and the windy carrot. We're gonna keep this tempestuous one here. Now with that, we're gonna go ahead and pick up this pterodactyl since his work is done. We're gonna spawn in a Spinosaurus. So a Spinosaurus will start eating these mutations to give it to our big one here. So he'll eat 3 mutations at a time so we can get this tempestuous moved over, and then we can get hopefully Disco or Molten moved over because we don't need that static or that verdant. And then we're also gonna go ahead and spawn in a corrupt Kitsune so we can start working on trying to get this guy to give us the corrupt chakra mutation so we can get this to harmonize chakra. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the Spinosaurus to have one round done because otherwise he's gonna probably eat stuff that we don't need. Also, Tranquil and Corrupt just failed again, so that's always fun. All right, first chicken zombie. Let's see. Can we please get zombified?
Nope.
failed. This is just like a common thing, I guess. They just all dislike me. That's very sad. I hope you know I have feelings. Maybe Bella will come in clutch, though, for us. Bella, don't let us down. Don't let us down. Please don't let us down. Please. Bro. I'm very upset right now. Why do they keep letting me down? Why do they hate me? Why? Alright, so our Spinosaurus is about to eat its first set of mutations. Now, this guy eats from different plants and then applies it to one fruit. So he should eat from the carrot, and then he should eat from this cacao here with Disco, Verdant, Static, and Molten on it. He should be coming over here to get his snack now. Let's see. Alright, he's going to eat that Tempestuous first. Okay, he applied Tempestuous, but I don't know why he didn't eat from the cacao inside over here. All right, well, anyways, our Corrupt Kitsune, his cooldown here is almost done as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in these carrots now, or start planting them, because this guy can shoot his mutation at like 9 different fruits, so he might as well get all of these ready. So whenever he uses his ability, we can get that Corrupt Chakra done. Come on, you gotta give us that Corrupt Chakra. Let's go. He's shooting out. All right, we got it to 1 carrot at least. Actually, 2 carrots. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick these up. Let's go ahead and keep 1 carrot there for our Spinosaurus to eat from. And our Corrupt Kitsune is done with his work. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick him up now. He's good to go. So for now, since he's gonna convert that over to our big one, we're gonna get some more pets done here. So I'm gonna go ahead and spawn in our Spaghetti Sloth here next, because he has Aromatic on him, and we also have to get all 3 of his mutations to combine and to give us spaghetti. All right, we have some good stuff happening. We just got a heat wave event to spawn in, so we should be able to easily... Oh, wait, actually, let me move this over a little bit. Just like that. Sun-dried applied, so now we should have Paradisal on there. Spinosaurus just moved Corrupt Chakra over as well to our big cacao here. So now we have Harmonized Chakra from that Corrupt Chakra combining with regular Chakra, and then our Verdant should be turning into Paradisal any second now. Looks like it only hit one of our cacao so far, which is, I guess, that one, because that one has Paradisal. So hopefully it hits this again, so we can get this one to become Paradisal. Our Spaghetti Sloth is also applying a mutation. Yeah, we now have pasta on this little cacao up here, so we just have to get meatballs and sauce now. So we're gonna probably eventually just let this guy apply all of his mutations and then spawn in another Spinosaurus or T-Rex. We need pretty much all of these mutations now on this one to be moved over to our big cacao. But there we go. This cacao just got hit by a sunbeam, so now it is Paradisal and it has Harmonized Chakra. All right, our Spaghetti Sloth is about to apply his next mutation onto our cacao, or one of our cacaos, I guess. So let's see which one he targets. I think it's the big one this time. All right, we got meatball on the big cacao. So we have meatball done, and then on the smaller one, we do have pasta. So now all we need from that Spaghetti Sloth is sauce, but then we also need to get Aromatic from his mutation shard that he has on him. All right, our lobsters are both also almost cooled down as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him some toys here to maybe, just maybe, apply Molten. Or not Molten, Meteoric. Maybe, just maybe apply Meteoric to our big cacao. We don't need Molten anymore. We just need Meteoric, but they're kind of bad at doing their jobs. They have like a tiny percent. So hopefully they help us out. Dude, I missed the admin events. I missed my boy Brider spawning in all the admin events. That was an easier time. Meteoric was pretty much guaranteed as soon as it hit your plot. All right. I expected that fail. All right, come on. Other lobster, please. Meteoric. Meteoric. No way! He actually got Meteoric applied to one of our cacaos. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was gonna get my heart broken again. I guess he has another Molten chance here, so let's just see if he'll give us Molten to our big cacao. No, he did not. That's fine. Did we actually get Molten at any chance? No, we didn't. All right, well, that's fine. Our lobsters are finally done, though, so we can go ahead and pick these guys up. They've been stressing me out, man. I can't lie. They've been really stressing me out, but they're done. They're out of the way, so now we can go ahead and spawn in a Junkbot to try and get the oil mutation and a Tanuki to try and get Moonlit. All right, it's a little loud. We have a heat wave and a thunderstorm going on. Let me turn my volume down a bit. All right. Anyways, our Spaghetti Sloth is attempting to apply another mutation. Hopefully this time we get sauce. That's the last one we need from his main ability. There we go. We got sauce. So we just need the Spinosaurus to move over pasta from this to our big one, and that way we'll have spaghetti done. All right, and next up, our Tanuki's almost done with its cooldown. So if I just give it a boost here, that should pretty much finish it. There we go. We have about 30 seconds left. So hopefully we can get Moonlit done and out of the way. And then also our Junkbot's pretty close, and our chicken zombies. So let's just see if we get any more mutations here. Hopefully Tanuki will give us Moonlit pretty quick and early on. I kind of doubt it. Usually Tanuki just does like random stuff like shekels, but you know, we'll try. All right, let's see what Tanuki does. Hello? Shekels. Like I was saying, kind of goofy. All right, but maybe our chicken zombies will finally be our friends and give us zombified. I don't care which cacao at this point they give it to us on. We have so many of these things growing in, and our Spinosaurus is just gonna have to do a heavy job later of moving everything over. Please, just give us zombified. Please, I've been waiting. Failed. Why? Why? What is wrong with you? All right, Bella. Bella, where are you, Bella? Please, let me talk to you for a second. Hey. Come on, you can do this. It's really not that hard. It's actually super easy. You could do this. Just throw up all over my cacao, give me zombified, and we'll be good. Come on. Let's go. We finally got zombified. All right, so these chicken zombies are done. We don't need you guys anymore. Thank you for your service. Bella, you did a great job throwing up on the cacaos. Please, spaghetti sloth, aromatic. Aromatic, please. And failed. All right, that's fine. At least your other friends helped us out. All right, so we made some good progress. Junkbot, don't let us down. Oil. Ready? Oil. Come on. Boiler oil. Nope. Dude failed. Buddy, you failed. You failed. What are you doing, man? All right, well, we'll see what we get done here. Any Aurora on the big guy? I know people are gonna be like, oh, Bandites, just use the magnifying glass. Just use the magnifying glass. Well, I don't use it because I like to reveal the price at the end of the video. That way we don't know what the price is until the end of the video. Otherwise, it's not as fun. Oh, what just happened? The Spinosaurus, the cooldown just went to 0, and then she didn't do anything. Jandal, buddy, what is going on with your game, bro? Why don't these pets work? What's going on? Why won't my Spinosauruses eat from the fruits that are in front of them? Why are they too scared to touch the fruits that aren't favorited? What's going on, man? All right, so I just got back from being AFK for like an hour, and literally nothing really happened besides my spaghetti sloth fully got spaghetti done on our big cacao, but he did not get aromatic on anything yet. And the other thing is our Spinosauruses did not move any mutations over at all. So while we were gone, we just got more mutations built up on our cacao. So like this one here that had meteoric on it now has verdant, windstruck, wet, and pasta, but nothing was moved over. This one that had zombified on it just got tranquil, which is good progress. We did need that, but now we still need to get that moved over to the big cacao. But for some reason, our Spinosauruses just kind of bugged out. Like they didn't do anything at all. I don't know why they're so bugged right now. So if the T-Rexes don't work, then I literally don't know what's happening. I guess I'll try to rejoin the game and see if that helps. But if that doesn't help, then I'm really hoping that these T-Rexes will be able to actually move our mutations over. Again, I don't know why the Spinosauruses couldn't do it. So let's see if the T-Rexes can do it. And if they can't do it, then I don't know what's going on, dude. Okay, that's good. Okay, perfect. The T-Rexes are able to move mutations over. So it will take a little bit longer because they pretty much just duplicate it to the other cacaos we have. So that one just ate meteoric and applied it to all the other cacaos besides the big one. But that's fine. As long as I can move these over slowly over time, then we should be able to get all of these on to our big cacao. It might take a couple extra hours though, just because these guys are a little bit slower at doing so. But let's see if we can get this other one to speed up its cooldown and then apply one of the mutations over to the big one. So I have been recording this video on and off for the last 7 hours, mostly AFKing for the last 3 or 4 hours, waiting for my T-Rexes and Spinosauruses to move mutations over to my big cacao fruit. And for whatever reason, they're just not moving stuff over. The Spinosauruses did at first, but they'd only move like one mutation over, which is not right. They should bite a couple mutations and move them over. And then the T-Rexes did the same. They moved like 1 or 2 over, and then there's been just like no progress since. I don't know what's going on, why they're stuck, why there's no progress. I don't know if the pets are just bugged right now, but I'm literally not able to move my other mutations over. So in total though, on the main cacao plant we have here, let me show you, we do have 17 mutations, and if we separate some of these, like tempestuous, we'd have 18, spaghetti would bring us to 20, paradisal 21, frozen 22, and harmonized chocolate would bring us up to 23. But then if you look at some of these other plants, we could have gotten oil, so that would have been 24 mutations. Tranquil and zombified would have brought us up to 25 and 26 mutations. And then on this one, we have molten and disco. I can't really show it very good, but that'd bring us up to like 27 mutations. And if we get amber now, we'd have like 28. So what I'm going to do is check the price of our big cacao with all these these current mutations on it, and then I will show you the price of what it would be if all of those other mutations that we got were actually put onto it, because they're just not getting moved over from my T-Rex and my Spinosaurus. So I don't know what else I could do. So I'm just gonna pick this up, show you guys the value, and then show you what it would have been if those mutations got moved over and if my pets weren't being weird today. Anyways, without further ado, I am gonna go ahead and check the value of this with our boy Steven over here. So Steven, what would you give us for this big cacao? Okay, so this thing is valued at 26 billion, which is pretty good for not having all those extra mutations on this that we were trying to get. All right, so here is the image of what we would have made if we actually had all those mutations moved over. I wish we could have gotten them moved over. I don't know what was going on today, why the pets were being so buggy, but we would have ended up at about 39.5 billion, which is quite an increase compared to what we were at around 20 billion. So that's actually a pretty good increase from those extra mutations. And this is with all the mutations that we would have had on it if we moved over from our other cacaos. And this includes the weight that we had at about 80.2. So let's say that the total today is about 39,516,447,207 billion, and I think that is where we should have actually been if this all went correctly. But after 7 hours, my pets have not moved it over to the big one. I think we got a bug, man. So let me know what you guys think. Is 39 billion worth it for this cacao with all these mutations on it? If it is, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. But also, if you think that it's not worth it, also let me know down in the comments below. Drop a like on the video, subscribe for bonus points. I'll see you guys in the next one.